It was somewhere around October 28, 1943, when WW2 was at its peak. At the United States Navy's Philadelphia Naval Shipyard in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, United States. We see a few stunned onlookers staring at the sea when suddenly the ship known as the USS Eldridge appeared out of thin air right in front of their eyes. But how did this happen? How did the ship and its crew teleport? Let me tell you a story, the story of the Philadelphia experiment. In World War II, when it was just reaching its height, the Allies had suffered a catastrophic loss of ships at the hands of German submarines. In response to this, the US Navy asked famous physicist Einstein to build him advanced weapons and defenses. The craziest of these was a couple of generators that could make a ship invisible, designed to hide US ships from the enemy. Einstein theorized that by surrounding a ship with powerful electromagnetic field, it would be possible to bend light and make it invisible. It was finally time to test the theory. On October 28, 1943, scientists installed huge electromagnetic generators on the USS Eldridge while it was docked at Philadelphia Naval Shipyard. When they turned all the generators on, something went horribly wrong. According to witnesses, a strange green fog materialized around the ship and the Eldridge flickered in and out of existence. When suddenly, in a blue flash of light, the ship and the crew on board were gone. But turns out this was not invisibility that everyone was expecting. The ship did not become invisible, but it teleported 322 kilometers away. In Norfolk, a group of people on a different ship witnessed the USS Eldridge materialize out of thin air and disappear again. Back in Philadelphia, onlookers were equally stunned to see the Eldridge reappear, with some of the crew members flailing around talking gibberish while others were running around on fire. But the most horrifying of all, upon reappearing, some people were fused to the ship itself. Sailors were stuck to the metal structures, groaning in pain, their twisted bodies coming out of the walls and floors at odd angles. After seeing this nightmarish scene, made the Navy to quickly shut down the project and forced everybody involved to sign an oath of secrecy. But they did not account for the unintentional witnesses. Many witnesses came forward to tell about the events since then, but none of them had any strong evidence that proved these events. So, what happened? Was all this fact or fiction? Well, all of this can be traced back to a Pennsylvanian citizen, Carl Allen. In the 1950s, Allen sent strange letters and documents to the US Navy. The content of the documents were strange stories, one of which were the Philadelphia experiment. But surprisingly, Allen's letters were not ignored. In fact, it intrigued some government staff so much that 100 copies were made and got circulated around the office. When Allen's family was asked about him, they described him as brilliant in school with a fantastic mind, but also as a person who never held any job for long and was a drifter. He was also known as a master leg puller, pulling pranks on people, or to get out of work in general. In 1942 he joined the US Marine Corps but was discharged less than a year later. Right after that he enlisted in the United States Merchant Marine, at first serving on the SS Andrew Furuseth and then many other ships until 1952 when he left service. Allen would later claim that in 1943 he witnessed an invisibility experiment carried out by the US Navy at the Philadelphia Naval Shipyard, the so-called Philadelphia experiment. So, is this whole tale a big prank pulled by Allen? Skeptics think so, though there is some truth to Allen's tale. Einstein did in fact help the US build weapons. Moreover, the US Navy did make their ships invisible, or more accurately undetectable to magnetic mines. To do this they did a procedure called degaussing. Degaussing is when you wrap a ship with electric cables, which reduces a ship's magnetism. But if all this was a story, what about the other witnesses that kept coming forward till 1988? Well, that can be explained as well. Hollywood made a film about the Philadelphia experiment. The witnesses, as they claim, were likely making those claims to get attention. So it's most likely the Philadelphia experiment was fake. But there is still a chance that the events mentioned in the second and third chapters are true. Well, dear readers, that is the story of the Philadelphia experiment. Thanks for watching.